Hello. How you doing?
Hello. So many of you are here already. They're like, oh, they've just gone live. Boing, boing, boing. Okay. Who's top of the shop? Garry. Look who's top of the shop and in pole position. I'm here first, beat you all.
It took me to get to day 171.
God, is that what it is? Holy hell.
171 lives, you poor things, listening to us rattle on.
Oh my God.
I couldn't see Lindsay how to clean my glasses. I can't see anything now.
Looks like we've got bruise. Marianne's here. I'm
Hi,
here
Marianne.
too, although not as early as Garry. Camilla's here. Good evening, all. Angela's here. Evening, all. It's lovely to see you all. Piers says, I've been dealing with paperwork and commenting back for a farrier and public page nonsense papers I burnt. Some comments should be that way. Some of the papers should be burnt and all. Heather Swithenbank says, hi all from the very East Midlands. Ooh, it's wet here tonight, actually. Charlie Brown's here. Hello. Mr. Tay Home. Hi all from Revelstoke, BC. Oh, it's Kim. I'm like,
Hi, Kim.
It's Mr. Tay. Becky Bragg's here, taking a break from the sideways rain. Hello from soggy Cornwall. Oh, hi, Amanda. Five Wilds. Leah's here. Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hiya.
Caroline Schillig's here. Hello, hello. Hello, heroes. Hello from Portugal. What happened then? Why did they all sort of change like this? Did you put in a different YouTube handle? I've no idea. Angie Medler says, hi from snowy Central Virginia. Do you know what? I remember when we first started doing lives a long time ago. And we were always quite amazed, weren't we, about how many different people tuned in from so many different places all over the world. We're quite used to it now.
Yes.
Not
that we take it for granted.
Oh, yes. Caroline says, oh, no. Please like and subscribe. It does help. Mika's here from Germany. Hello.
Hi, Mika.
Uta's here also. Good evening, everyone from cold and rainy Germany. That's both of you. Ulrika's here from northern France. Hello. Yes, Pia's saying do like. Jeanette's here from northern France as well.
Hi, Jeanette.
They're all chatting with each other. Cowboy Nuclear, hi from San Antonio, Texas. First chat I've ever made after watching these things after the fact for a couple of years. Hello. Nice to meet you. Welcome.
Nice to meet you in the flesh. Well,
Cowboy
almost.
Nuclear. Almost in the flesh. Susan's here. Hi from a very wet West of Wales again. Oh, it's wet everywhere, isn't it? Well,
hi, Susan.
Probably not wet. It's James from SAT. From SAT. Hello, James. It's good to see you. Jenny Ackerstrom's here. Hi. Finally made a live, said Spotted Lover.
Who Spotted Lover? I'm intrigued.
It's very wet in Wiltshire too. Hi all, says Bethan from wet and windy Goresworth track livery. Gosh, it's horrible out there.
Hi, Bethan. Yeah, it's grotty outside now.
Radka is here. Hi from Canada. It's dumping snow here in BC. Oh, how lovely.
You can keep it.
Ulrika says, I just finished a lesson on high speed to be able to listen to the live. It was hilarious. I'm not entirely sure you meant to tell me that. I don't think you meant to say that.
I wonder what she was saying. Oh, it's one of our lessons.
Yeah, it'll be me going. Oh dear. That's Ash's fault, teaching everybody that they can listen to me on high speed. Lindsay Dinsdale's here. Evening all from a very wet and windy Wales. Another one.
Hi, Lindsay.
Jeanette says, do say if we're boring you, Garry.
I know, I can't stop yawning. I've been up.
Always yawning.
I've been sat at my desk since 6 o'clock this morning.
Oh, he's been working hard.
I've been working
he's
hard.
Tired. He is. He's tired.
I had half an hour sat in the chair, and I shouldn't.
Having a kip.
It's my own. Well, it was nearly. I hadn't quite got there, and then I had to get back up. My alarm went off, and thought, "Oh dear, back to work.
Back to work.
Back to work."
Mr. Tay is my 30-year-old gelding. Ah, I see. Mr. Tay at
lovely.
Home. Oh, that's lovely. Meadows here, listening to you and watching handball. Oh, double screaming. Or are you screening? Or are you watching it live? Meg Eccleston's here. Hi, hope everyone is doing well. We're doing fine.
Yeah, we're good.
We're doing fine. We've got absolutely no idea what we're going to talk about tonight. Got nothing planned.
Nope.
I have no idea, except to say we are being inundated at the moment with it's interesting, actually. We're being inundated with people contacting us who are contacting us for help, but saying things like, I need your help. My horse needs his heels down and it needs a realignment. My horse has had x-rays and he needs a realignment. And it's really interesting how people are coming in with, I don't know how to do it myself, but I need your help. I need your help. And they're looking at x-rays that they would never, ever, ever have understood before. And now...
Or even thought that they could.
No, right. And now looking at the x-rays, there was one lady who's had 3 farriers and I think 2 vets, and they've been serially, is that the right word, letting the heels come up and not just filing the toes off, literally just nippering them straight off. No, nothing, just taking them right off. And this lady has been following calls with track livery, and obviously the horse's feet are quite rotated, in a terrible state, I have to say. P3 isn't so bad, but it's about to penetrate. And she said to these farriers and vet, please, 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 will you take the heels down? We need to take the heels down. These P3s are in the wrong position. People are getting this, Gary. And you know something? They all refused. And then the vet said that they needed to put the pony to sleep.
Oh, no.
However, she stood her ground and went, no way, Jose. And we got Will, our wonderful Will Pro, our wonderful HMB Pro Will, who's in Cornwall and Devon, and he went hot-footing it up there, literally within hours, and has already started the process of rehab. That's just one example. And then we've had just a constant drip of people coming in, being able to now, not all of them, but many, being able to visually look at these images and go, oh my God, my horse's feet aren't right. My farrier is chopping my horse's toes off. And I know that my horse's heels are going up. And very occasionally, Gary, we get, I think my horse's divergence. Somebody was mocking
new
that the other day.
language that everybody understands and gets. Oh, and what other language have we left behind that causes confusion? The L word. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
Bethan says,
even when I write it down now, it's L star 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 star. I don't even write it anymore.
Absolutely. Bethan says inundated. Absolutely inundated we are at the moment. And it's so, I mean, it's always been the case. And, you know, we get a lot of professionals who are in HM and GTL, etc. And I was saying this actually today, that this is a volume thing. Even when we were back in the day before the Phoenix group, etc., HM would always have a lot of people coming through to them because we were bigger than most people in terms of the amount of coverage we got. Obviously, we were quite well known on social media. And now it's even bigger. And we've got the Phoenix group. We've got the YouTube channels. We've got our public page on Facebook. Then there's GTL. The volume of people coming through now is massive, and they're sending x-rays. People are getting on understanding they need to send x-rays. And what these other professionals do that are just like one-man bands that go out and do some trimming is that they don't see the volume that we do, and they never have. And when we say it's everywhere, we mean it. It is everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Gary, it's Trent. Gary, have you shown Lindsay the picture I sent you since she
I'm
has
trying to find it. I can't even remember where he sent it. That's why I'm not concentrating. I saw the comment. I thought, where's this bloody picture? Trent, you're going to have to send it to me again.
When people... That looks massive. When people ask, have you taught at Slippery Yock University? I go, yeah.
Yes.
For 3 days. Jeanette says they are also picking up the HM vocabulary. No one talked about realignment before. No, the word was there. The word has been used in the past, but not with owners, and very rarely with professionals, but certainly not with owners. And all of this vocabulary is really being put in there. Hyperpositive P3, toe chopping, PPT, personal preference treatment. And I know there are so many people that hate it. I know it. I know they hate it. I know, but it's tough because and they go, oh, it's just sort of, buzzwords. Well, these are words people remember, these particular words. And they mean something. They really do mean something. I was shown a page today or yesterday of somebody who I didn't really know about beforehand, and all the usuals, Gary, are all jumping on there. You can all of them, all the names we know are the ones that are the first people to jump on any post anywhere that's slagging HM off, and they're in there liking it, loving it, just saying, well said, couldn't have said it better myself, oh, 100% agree, and all of those sorts of things. And you think, oh, get alive. Because you've made it make so much sense. Thank you. That's our aim. It's our aim. You guys have to know this, because you're the only ones that are going to stop it. More people coming along. We need to stay strong and help even more than early days when we all started the Phoenix group. No, we feel like old Phoenix warriors now, some of us. It's a dirty word now. It is.
It is. Dirty word.
Another one. What was the other one? Oh, yeah. Oh, God. And then today, actually, I replied today, but she had actually sent it a little while ago because I was waiting to see x-rays. Some lovely owner sent, and this has happened a few times actually, has sent images and x-rays through of their horse that's passed away. And that's hard. And they're coming back going, look, I'm reading all of this stuff, and I'm looking at the x-rays that you are talking about now. Can you please look at these x-rays and tell me if my horse could have been saved? Oh,
that's not a good one, is it?
No.
Because no one wants to hear that. No one wants to hear that. Whether the answer is yes or no, to be frank, but it's almost that they need closure.
And what do? You can't lie.
No, you can't. But it's horrendous, isn't it?
Mm.
And also, I suppose, to what end? I think I get that people would want to know. I would get that. I totally get that. But you can't change the past, but you can learn from it. That's the thing, isn't it?
You can change the future.
And then when you learn from the past, it means that you have a much better influence on the future, for sure. But yeah, that's never easy, is it?
No.
It's never easy.
And because owners are becoming more aware. I tell you what, it's not just more aware of what they're seeing, but they're seeing other people and GTL and us saying, that's another one, that's another one, that's another one. You know, that dirty word has been so misused and so misunderstood, and actually is just not relevant. And I know that people want to shoot us down for saying that, but it just isn't. I cannot tell you how it's constant, right? Constant rotation, near penetration, toes chopped off, heels super high, horrible bars, horrible, bad imbalance trimming. And it's coming in constantly. And all of them being diagnosed with laminitis. Because that was always the traditional belief. And now that we have said, no, they're trying to change the goalposts and say, oh, well, yeah, no, it can be mechanical. Oh, can it? What, like all of it is then? No, because you can have metabolic and endocrinopathic and supporting limb and septic. You're like, well, show them to us then. Can we see them? And every time we say that,
tumbleweeds.
Tumbleweed. Like, no, you've got to believe me. No, I don't want to believe anybody, because that's what's got the world into this shit show in the first place. Just believing what everybody said. Let's have the evidence. Bring it to us. It's never there.
I'm a true believer in keep it simple, stupid. Okay.
Kiss.
Keep it simple, stupid. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I mean that in a realistic way. Keep it simple, stupid. If you've got a horse that's in trouble, first job. This is interchangeable. There's two things that you want to do. One, you want to observe and assess the feet properly.
Which
second,
many owners can only just about do now. And the pros are going,
oh, hold on a minute.
No, I've still got to chop my toes. I've still got to leave my heels high.
Assess the feet properly, or get help to from the right sources. Not the people that are going by the old science. Well, if you can call it science. It's cold in France at the moment. We burn a lot of paper to get the fires going. That's where those science papers need to go, on the fire and out the door. So look at the hoof. Look at the hoof capsule. Get x-rays, everything to do with the foot. If the feet are good, take the vital signs. Those two things will save you a lot of money. And I have to say, when people think that there is more insulin resistance, endocrine problems, metabolic problems, and they think that they are at their highest, I'm going to hazard a guess that 90% of them, if not more, are suffering with all of those problems because they're suffering from hoof divergence. Pain, because pain can throw the rest of the body out. It's got to be feet. Check the feet first.
Absolutely.
Then 100%. Check the vital signs. And there may be the odd occasion that there is something else going on. But I have to say, it's very few and far between. It usually comes from the feet.
Oh my God.
It's ridiculous.
Bethan says all these horses that we have. Sorry, Gary, cut you short. No. Carry
on. I'll come back. You carry on.
Sorry. I thought
right.
I thought I'll slip in. He's come to an end.
It's no bother.
Bethan says all these horses that we have passed on to HM Pros would 100% be dead now. The owners wouldn't have even thought to question a vet and farrier team. Oh my goodness. And thank God, we're in a situation. It's still not good enough that we haven't got enough pros. There are still people struggling all over the world that we can't get a person to, obviously. With only 100 students and pros, we can't reach everyone.
Only. And in 3 years... 6 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock at night.
It's true. And so it's very frustrating, but we can reach so many more than we ever could before.
We could.
And we are saving horses that they are, we're clutching them from the jaws of the needle is what we're doing, or the bullet, by saying, no, let's work with that one. Obviously, we can't with all of them because some have such bad osteonecrosis. Do you know something? It's also rare. We come across horses that have been in that position, or diverging in such a hyperpositive position for so long that haven't got some kind of damage to P3. But thank God we can do that sort of thing. Bethan says, part of me is... I saw that coming earlier. Part of me is sad that the tit never got.
That was me.
Those of you that
naughty.
Don't know, we introduced that at your workshop. What is it, Gary? What does tit stand for? It's different grades. Well, there were different grades of tit.
There were.
It's a grade 1 tit, grade 2 tit, grade 3 tit.
There was.
Remember? And a complete tit.
And a complete and total tit, yeah.
That was a complete and total tit. And what was it?
Well, I have to say, hoof capsule divergence is more, for those that are English, it's the Cuprinol advert, isn't it? It says what it does on the tin. But I have to say, so does this, but it's a bit tongue-in-cheek, and I have to say, not very professional, but it got a giggle. Trimmer-induced tilt.
Tit.
Tit.
Grade 1, 2, or 3, or a complete tit. I.e. high heels, or chopped off toe, or both.
Or both.
Complete tit. They were their words that make more sense to lay people. Absolutely. Everybody's laughing. Megan says, I was about to say, I remember tit the best. It's funny.
It is funny.
We have to see the funny side of it, but it's not funny, is it?
It's not funny, is it?
Honestly, some of these feet that we're looking at, and I'm going, what? And there's a vet dealing with these horses, and there's more than one farrier, and you're looking at it, and they're looking at it, and you're like, why can you not see how bad that is? Wow. You are so far away from what is natural for that horse, and then you're blaming it on something that's in its metabolism, and you can't even see that. It's stunning. There was talking about making money out of owners. There's a little pony that we've been helping who has got actually quite severe osteonecrosis, but he's doing really, really well at the moment. And of course, the vets aren't needed so much, really. And so now they're trying to convince the owner to put him on Pergolide because they think he might have cushions. And he's doing ever so well. He's pottering around so good, like he's never done before. Well, for a very long time. Happy, eating great diet. Not on any grass. He's just eating hay. He's just looking at the owner's looking after his system, and the owners and the vet's going, oh, I think he might could do with going on some Prasend. You're like, Sandra's here. Hi, everyone.
That's Sandra.
Hello. Marion says the loss of a beloved equine is deeply traumatic, even more so if it wasn't necessary. Your education of all of us is vitally important. It is awful. It is, isn't it, Marianne? And you know, it's sad. We are in a situation where you, Marianne, and everybody else have got ponies and horses in these awful situations. And had you known, there's no way on God's earth you'd have let this go on this long. There's no way on God's earth you would have wanted any harm to come to your beloved equine friends. And the really galling, damaging part of it too is you paid for this. You've paid for this damage and this suffering to people who never bothered seeing if their trims were balanced to the horse's internal anatomy, or just simply balanced into what they felt was just looked all right, didn't it? And that's going on everywhere, all over the world. And you pay for that, and you do the right thing that an owner should do. Get a trimmer or a farrier every few weeks. Try to make sure that your horses are not being overfed or underfed. You obsess over those kind of things because that's what owners do when you love your equine. And all the time in the background is something going on with their feet, and a little bit of foot soreness here, and then they get a shoe put on, and then the toes are chopped off, and then you might be okay like that for a while, might try going barefoot, can't cope barefoot. Some of the ones go barefoot and they're desperate to keep the shoes off, and then they have to go to boots because things aren't going right. And all the time, all of those signs have been there to warn you and say, there's problems here. And the problems aren't starting inside. The problems are starting with the nipper, nipper, nipper. Awful.
Because they don't understand. That's the hard bit. Because they don't understand.
So we make owners understand.
They don't understand. And because they don't understand, that is a really hard job. Because very often they think that their learning is over. They've gone out, they've spent their money. They think that they know it all already. And, well, two jumped up twits on the telly aren't going to make them change their mind. Let an owner. In actual fact, they're more likely to listen to an owner because you're the one with the cash. That's why you're going to make the difference.
That's the truth.
That's why you're going to make the difference. No, it's not going to be Lindsay and I that makes the difference. It's horse owners. We've said that for the last 20 years.
That's right. And I mean, we could be effectively seen as whistleblowers, but I think you're only a whistleblower when the other members of the community you're whistleblowing against know that they're doing it wrong. They don't know. Honestly,
because they're not seeing.
They think they're doing fine, and we look at these hooves. Oh my God! And we share them between each other sometimes, don't we? Because we're having a look and we're all assessing them, and all of us go, "Oh God, oh God, not again!" And again and again and again. It's and our pros. Oh my goodness, our wonderful HMB pros. Our professional barefoot specialists hit the ground running.
They have to.
Oh, you're into your second year now. Right, off you go. It's a realignment down the road and another one up the road. It's another one chopped toe, heels high. Awful. Penetration. It's everywhere. Radka says you can't unsee it once you understand. It's so hard looking on the Lammy pages and all the advice about feed, etc. And you can see from the x-rays exactly what the issue is, but no one wants to hear it because in a very horrible sort of sadistic kind of way, unbeknown that this is what it is, there's comfort in everybody being on the same bandwagon, and we've all got problems with our laminitic horses. It's so awful. Grass has been so strong this year. It's the same every year. Same old, same, and nothing ever changes. Is it getting better? People are getting more and more and more aware of diet. Is it getting any better? Of course it isn't. It never gets any better. In fact, it's getting worse. As the fad for chopping off toes, lever forces, breakover, those little buzzwords have caused more damage in the equine world than anything. They always say colic is the biggest equine killer. No, it's hoof care. Incorrect hoof care is the biggest equine killer, making equines suffer, giving horses equine lameness. It's that. It's not because domestic horses can't cope. It's not. It's the people doing their feet, and we know only too well. Ulrika says that's the thing I hear all the time. HM to do too simple trims. It's not difficult. It's not difficult. But then we go to town. We go harder on the back of the foot where the horse needs its back of the foot, back to where it should be, and we leave depth to accumulate at the toe, but not in the way that people think that we do it. Because they get very, very confused. And oh dear God, so difficult. James says, who cares about root causes when there's drugs, treatments to be sold? News saying feet first. Yeah, feet first. That's why it was so frustrating that in the late 1990s, people like Pollitt were going, oh yeah, when he hadn't fully got himself fully into equine at that point. He was studying it, but he wasn't, you know, it was later that he became the laminitis god. And back then he could see the problems. He was seeing it, and he even said it. You know, poor trimming is causing problems with the lamini, but not just the lamini. They forgot about the extensor tendon and the ligaments and everything else. And then they just did this complete flip. Oh yeah, look at that. They did this complete flip and went, oh yeah, well, we won't look at the hoof capsule anymore. Oh, boring. Can't really drug that. So now we're going to, and it sounds so conspiracy-ish, and I know it does. I know it sounds that of all of those things that they tree huggery, oh, you're conspiracy. Oh, it's not about that. This is real science. No, it isn't. Real science looks at variables. And so when they did this flip and then they looked at, they started going down the pharmaceutical route, that was it. That was it. Poor horses were doomed. Ali says, my rehab is going fairly well, but one of my horses has small vertical cracks at the toe area. The outer wall is chipping away. Is this from toe chopping and rasping the outer wall thin? When you do that, the horse's hoof becomes weakened. It gets weakened when it has nails put in it. It gets weakened when it's rasped too thinly. It gets weakened when there's imbalance, and therefore flare is created, and then they get abscesses. So all of these things add to that weakening, and holes and cracks and little issues like that. And so when these horses are then left barefoot and start to rehab, and that weakened horn begins to hit the ground, then without a doubt it will start in many cases to chip and crack, and especially if they've already got weaknesses and splits in there, and it will break and crack off. But you've got to kind of hold on in there. If you've got bits sticking up out of the way, then obviously that can come off because it's sharp. But if they're just chipping off and you've got the major integrity of the hoof wall still in place, you just keep going, as the horse's foot will normally, as if they've got little cracks and they're starting to crack off, normally what will happen is the foot becomes prepared for it, that the sole calluses in time with that wall cracking off. And it's never all of it, it's only sections of it, and therefore you've got a lot left, far more left than what would be left if they just chopped it off. I'm just trying to keep everything smooth. This doesn't yeah, exactly that. Thorax gargoyle, higher. It says, in over 30 years owning horses, I never saw a vet or an HCP picking up a hoof and looking at balance from underneath when a horse was lame. No. But then why?
One thing we do, as soon as we pick up the horse's feet, before we even touch it, well, apart from picking it out, are you balanced? Are you balanced?
Let's have a look at those. Let's have a look at those heels, we say.
Let's have a look at those heels. Are you balanced?
So look at this, everybody. This was a horse from lovely. Hang on a minute. Look at this. This is a horse called Gunner. We've spoken about him before. And at the beginning of August, yeah, roundabout, Asher and I, after it was this clinic, I think. No, it wasn't. Which clinic was it? No, because Georgia was there, so it must have been in Canada. It was after the Toronto workshop. We went and took the shoes off this horse, who's called Gunner. He's the one in the and he was lame because he'd been diagnosed with navicular. This is the one here in the rug. Let's play. It's a bit muddy. He looks fairly happy, doesn't he? And there. So these are his feet. That was his foot in September. So he'd been barefoot a few weeks. September 23, sorry. When he was having a lot of his problems and toe was being removed and they were planning on putting shoes and he was already contracted. Look at the back of his foot now. That's November. And that's just in a few months of having his shoes off. Look at the difference in the frogs. And he's got wool on the ground. Let's go back this way. Look at that there. Just a terrible mess. And we've seen far worse, but look at this frog beginning to develop. Brilliant stuff. And this is the horse that looked like this. This is his face. Let's go and have a quick look-see at him. Honestly, there are so many successes coming in and we can't share them all. That's the thing. And Bethan said something interesting to me today, Gary, as we were talking about these cases that we're passing on to our pros. She said, if only we could share the images of the people that come into us on a daily basis, the world would absolutely freak at what we see constantly. We can't share them.
If there was the opportunity to share our inboxes.
Yeah. If we could share our inboxes.
Oh my God.
Publicly.
Yeah.
Of course you can't, can you?
But
you can't. Imagine if you could.
Of course you can't, but if you could, oh my goodness, wow.
There he is. That's him. That's him at the beginning. This was his feet. Proud and Yeah, well, I don't think I need to say much more than that. Back of his foot. Look how contracted he is. And they're wedged as well. Hang on. Here we go. Wedged. Real mess. Now, to some people, that looks like a neat and tidy little job.
Now go to his back feet.
Then we go to his back feet.
Oh, look.
Yeah, not been messed around with. Oh, but he
Not
only
been
got...
messed about.
Wonder why they only get navicular in their fronts. Or the majority of them do. There we go. Wedged up again. And then let's get another view of his hinds. Oops. Look at that.
Nice.
Almost perfect, really. Bit deep on the roll. Taken a little bit too much there, but almost perfect. There was a little bit of heel to come back. As you can just see there. So a little bit to come back, just teeny little bits, but that's look at how relaxed that back foot is. Look at that. So this is a back foot. It's got a little bit of a chip off at the quarter because they got just a little bit too long. Bars needed adjusting. You can see that. But then just a little bit here. But all the toe walls in play. No messing. Not really. Look at that. That's his bare foot on the ground. His hind foot. Shall we have a look at what his his front foot look like on the ground? Right.
Couple of wedge pads.
Contraction. Look at his lateral cartilages. Look at the hairline coming down here and how it twists and distorts. One more time. That was that foot. There we go. And then that one. And that one. That's me. It's my chaps. Why do they do it? Why do they do it? Oh, it's because he's got more weight on his fronts. Bullshit. Look at this. This is a hind foot. Just a little bit of heel to come off there. Cope quite well without shoes on his hinds. Now shoes are coming off. We've not done that, by the way. That has been rasped straight through, trying to keep that HPA, hoof bastion axis. That's George's leg. Straight through into the inner hoof wall. That's just with the shoe off, Garry. Look how much better it is.
Looks much more normal, or heading into the realms of normal. For sure.
In just removing the shoes, we had a huge change of coronary band angle. See, the balance is off. No wonder, right? He had a twist coming through. This is that healthy foot underneath.
Christ, look at that bar material. All the way around the apex of the frog.
It's not healthy,
that hasn't been exfoliated and trimmed for a while.
No.
That doesn't happen in one trim cycle.
And you can see it fracturing here. That's the end of where the true bar is. But of course, it's super, super long.
What problem did you say that he got diagnosed with?
Navicular.
Oh, so right in the middle of that frog where the navicular sits then, it's got, oh, shit, a load of pressure.
And a load of pressure and a load of contraction, and this not easing at all. And then we wonder why we're sore here. Anyway, he'd be doing well now. And this owner is doing this herself. Look at the difference. That's a hind. That's a hind. Yeah, but that's his hind foot. And that's me. Now look what I'm showing there in this picture here. So this bar I've removed, right?
Yeah.
But in this picture, and this is a hind foot. So in this picture, I've got the metal end of my hoof pick, and it's touching the outer hoof wall here. And it's also touching this overgrown bar.
Yeah.
So when this horse plants its foot on the ground, not only is it taking weight here, or, you know, that's where it's hitting, that's where pressures are coming through. He's also taking pressure here. And you can see by removing this, that's gone completely. And so this foot wasn't finished. There was a little bit of titivating to do, and the heels needed to come back. But even though that looked like a better foot, oh, there's my, look at the difference between those two.
Well, there's no comparison, is there?
No, and that one. Not been messed around with, except obviously and you can see how I'm showing you another picture of that. So he's here, and there's a bit of material here, but he's touching the ground here, and it's gone here. Again, people don't think they don't care. They think that they're there for brakes or support or grip. No, that they cause pain, actually. Now you can see it, look. You can see where it's in play. Oh, that's me playing my equine twister game.
Stretching exercises, lovely stance there.
Beautiful stance.
Nice and wide.
Getting in
gives
there.
You lots of stability.
Yeah, getting
lots
in there.
Lots of support for the horse.
And I think that was after the trim.
Mm-hmm.
But not a lot we could do. We didn't do any of this, remember? None of this was touched. This was prior to us, all of that rasping through the outer hoof wall, and the ignorance that goes with that, which is, oh, it's all right, isn't it? Whatever, right? It's not even a decent job, is it? I mean, you know. So this is us. All of this bruising here. This is taking away all of that. You can still see there's white flaky bits. This here he was rebalanced, but there was an awful lot here that we didn't take. It just looks like we took a lot more, but we didn't. But can you see all of these black marks? Look at that. They're all from the nail holes encroaching into that material. That's not pigment. That's infection. There it is. Look at it. Nasty nail after nail. Look, these are previous ones. There, then another layer in, there, and now this layer. And can you see how they start to change shape the longer through the cycle they go? So they sort of become rectangular because they move just slightly, constantly, making it wider and wider for bacteria to go in. And as you can see, that's
most
right.
of them make contact with the ground first, don't they?
Yeah. And you can see how it's pushing into the sole here. This is his white line. That one's in the white line, and then they've grown through. That one's in the white line. That one's in the white line. That one's in the sole. That one's just on the edge of his sole. That's on the edge of his sole. That's in his sole. Infection, little spots creeping in there, bruising, infection. No toe wall. Might look like it is on the ground, but it's not really. But look at the difference in the heels after we've taken him where he needs to be.
Much better, but now that contraction's now got to give.
Yeah.
And that can only happen through movement.
Absolutely. That's the other foot. Bruising under this bar here. A little bit of spots of infection in the white line sole. They've all been super thin. Excuse me. White line, sole. Can't see any of that, you see, when there's a shoe on. Everybody thinks it's absolutely hunky-dory and fine.
It's all right. I love my farrier.
I know it's hard.
Such a nice man. Such a nice lady.
Right, so there we are. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with him.
Bless you.
Sorry. Look at him now. Getting better and better and better and better and better. And that's an owner doing that herself. And she never believed she could do that herself. She's doing better than the huge expense she was paying out to have his feet. Oh, so good. My German friends are going Gesundheit.
Oh.
Gesundheit.
It's great, isn't it, that we see all of these successes, and it's great when people can share them. It really is. And then, of course, you end up having the ones that can take a bit of time. And we've got a few in the background that we're waiting.
Oh, sorry.
We've had little glimpses of them in the past, but we're keeping them hidden away, because when we have all of the before x-rays and all of the after x-rays and all of the images, once that hoof capsule has grown out, oh my God, that's something to look forward to. But we are holding fire until it's complete. Holding fire till it's complete. And just in the last day or two, and this seems to be happening. This is not a one-off. So when we run our workshops, we have a WhatsApp group for each of these workshops. Okay,
and they stay active.
And they stay active. So when we say that we've been sat here since 6 o'clock in the morning until 11 o'clock at night, if you think of pretty much every single workshop that we've done over the last 5 or 6 years, they've all got a WhatsApp group and they all chatter. And we all see all that chat because it's a community that we've created, and they've got support with each other and so on. Some get a little bit quiet, and then all of a sudden they come back, and then they spring back up again. Anyway, it's a great way for like-minded people to stay in contact. What I find really interesting is that in this particular scenario, we've got a lovely lady that has been following us for quite some time. She actually she did the 15 and the 10-day challenges. She came and met us at one of our workshops in the last 12 months. And she's so inquisitive. So she's got this inquisitive mind, and she so gets it. And what is really lovely is that in between, she's got a very good friend, and her very good friend phones her up to have conversations about feet in between clients. So this is somebody that's had horses and rides competitively, and has done the challenges and has been on a workshop, and very active in her WhatsApp group. And her friend is an equine vet, is phoning her up to ask for her opinion about feet.
You're lost.
Now, that I find...
They're lost.
Well, I find it exciting, but oh my God, what a reality check. And if that vet,
most won't admit it.
If that vet is watching, good on you. That's what I'm going to say. I don't care where the information comes from. You're asking for it. That's a step in the right direction as far as I'm concerned. But it shouldn't be like that in 2025, should it? Shouldn't be like that.
No, but they all go round and round. When things go wrong, the HCP will say, the hoof care professional will say, oh, you better call the vet or the body worker or the vet physio. They come, they look at it, they can't fix it. Maybe drugs are brought in, painkillers. Then they look to the farrier, let's put another shoeing. Let's shoe this, or let's chop the toe off, or let's wedge. They start doing that, can't really fix it. Things keep going around. So they go back to the vet and it just keeps going around. The money just keeps getting shared between all these professionals who don't have an answer, keeps going around. And then eventually they go, what do you think? What do you reckon? What do you reckon? It's a goner in here. Yeah. Now, I'm terribly sorry to be the one to break the news to you, but I think we're going to have to put your horse to sleep because we haven't got a clue. And then we turn up and go, oh, no, don't do that. That's just very simple. We just rebalance. And yeah, it's going to take quite a bit of time to grow out the damage that they've been causing on that little merry-go-round of I don't know what I'm doing. It's easy, just put them to sleep. It's easy. And they get so used to it as well. They do. And I know it's awful to say that, but it's true. You do it enough. In your first year as an equine vet, in your practice that's overrun with horses with laminitis and lameness, you will put down a lot of horses. What about year 2? What about year 3? What about year 4? If you've been at it for 5 years, you have by then, and you're relatively new, really, 5 years in, and you will have put down hundreds by then. Horses. Mika says, in over 30 years owning horses, I never, oh yes, we talked about that. Yeah, that's right. Correct. Never picked a foot up and looked to balance. Meg says, how is the donkey doing that had his feet chopped by the vet? Okay. That's the Glasgow Equine Hospital that decided that they wanted to share, said that they wanted to have collaboration and conversation, but never actually did have collaboration and conversation with us prior to them putting up a post of ours, which they shared on their page and basically called it misinformation. And then their page got absolutely inundated with owners going, no, stop. The information you're telling people here, my horse was nearly lost because of that, toe chopping, raising heels. I've now, these people know what they're talking about. You should actually talk to them. So since then, there has actually been some back and forth in conversations, not with me, not with Garry. They've never come to us. And they were approached by our HMB Pro, and who was actually rehabbing this donkey. And there have been some conversations around it. The donkey, when it was being rehabbed, it was still in its early stages of rehab, was out of boots, sound, doing very, very well. After the trim, and after all our trims, the pony was fine, the donkey was fine. And after the trim, and it's well documented because the owner documented it, and the vets left the owner with a ton of bute. Wasn't sound because he didn't have any toe support anymore, and they left his heels high. So they took off more here, which dumped him even further forward, and they didn't remove any more here. So they basically did worse than even a flat trim. They just pitched him like this. He wasn't very good. Since then, he is now, the realignment that we did almost got completely removed. So the heels were, we've got photos of all of it. The heels were mediolaterally were not balanced. I mean, the amount of toe that was taken, I mean, it was not pretty. It's what we're fighting against all the time, is what they sent that donkey down into. Luckily, because this owner has our HMB Pro practically living around the corner, she was then and by the way, they could have called her. She was only 5 minutes away in the car, but they didn't. She was able to then begin again. He's doing okay. He's doing okay, but that was an awful lot of stress for that owner to be put under, and that donkey.
It's a massive setback. Massive setback.
It is a setback. I have paid emotion. Marianne says, yes, Lindsay, I have paid emotionally and financially hundreds, not realizing, and I continue to pay emotionally. I know you do, my darling, and so do hundreds upon thousands of people around the world. Still, you are not alone, and I know that doesn't really make it any better, because you see your beautiful pony every day. I know it doesn't make it better, but what we're doing now is, at least he's a lot happier. He's a lot happier and a lot sounder. We will try our best to keep him that way. I know it's hard. Chocolate Chip says, I saw a horrific video. Hello, Chocolate Chip. I saw a horrific video of a farrier chopping toes off and causing the hooves to bleed. He thought he'd done a good job, but it's okay because he was at a vet clinic. Terrible. Anne's here. Oh, you're on Vancouver Island. Is that a holiday home, man? Marianne says, thank God I have an HMB Pro now, so very grateful and hoping it's not too late. I think we've got some good signs, at least to keep him nice and comfortable now as we go forward. And that's all we can really hope for, isn't it, really, that now? Michelle Mallory says, hard to get them to understand that metabolic is about the body and not about the feet, so-called laminitis. They've made it about the feet because they couldn't come up with another reason why, even though, because in that merry-go-round that we talked about earlier, where all the HCP can't understand what we've got problems, so we're going to go to the physios, then we're going to go to the vets, and they can't, none of those can work it out, so they go back to the farrier for more remedial, and then around and round it goes. Imagine if at some point the HCP's sort of here, and the vet and the, well, not even the vet physio, but the vet goes, mate, you know what you're doing here? That could be the cause of it. Can you imagine? Who's going to then do the feet? They take that person out. They're like, I can't do it because I'm the vet, and you're a vet physio. You can't do it. We'll better bring the farrier back then. Or we'll get a different one. Oh, he's just doing the same. Well, he does have to take a toe off because there's lever forces and stuff, because we've been told about that, even though we don't trim. And even though I've not videoed a horse walking and I don't understand how the foot lifts off the ground and lands, there's got to be lever forces. And we don't need to touch the hind feet, same, just the fronts. Well, we'll have to bring him back again. Have to bring the farrier back. Or he comes back. It's a bloody mess. So I know what we'll do. Not blame any of us in this merry-go-round. Let's blame laminitis. Let's blame the body. Oh, I might have a drug for that. And
there it goes again.
I have my drugs.
And now the merry-go-round goes around again.
Let's see, HCP has his remedial shoeing or his special trimming. And it keeps going round and round. Vet physio has all their special things they can put on the horse. Pull the leg here and push the leg there. And meanwhile, the poor horse is in the middle going, geez, if you just, it's my feet, man. It's my feet hurt. If you could just, no, can't balance my feet. Right, lovely. You imagine standing around on these feet all day. No amount of bloody machinery you put on me or for my muscles or my medial shoeing for my feet are going to make me any better. All the drugs you're sticking down my neck, just balance me properly. That's all I need. And I want foot. Can I have some foot? Don't take no, you're just taking my toe off. Beautiful. I'll take your toe off next time. Bring your toe over here. I'll bite it off.
Don't stamp on it.
The trust I have today is second to none. HM Phoenix Way and most of all my horses. Wonderful. Can you explain over time why an MPA is worse? Because if the horse has got a P3 that's pointing up like this, and the articulation is in the wrong position when that horse puts his foot down like that, that's going to cause huge problems in the joints, going up through the fetlock into the hock. Very, very common on hind feet. NPAs are very common on hind feet. Hock arthritis, stifle problems, pelvis problems from a young age all the way through. Yeah, it's bad. Alison's evening all, made it. Hope I've not missed too much. I don't know what we've talked about. Marshall, these are all comments that were left like half an hour ago. Hi all, it's amazing that the most famous horse in the world, Secretariat, died of laminitis and didn't have proper hoof care. Here's what the internet said. Secretariat, the legendary racehorse, was euthanized on October the 4th, 1989 due to laminitis, a painful and incurable hoof condition.
There you go.
Vet, one going to blame the HDP who deals with all these top horses. Nope. Oh, no. Nope. Love to see the feet, though, wouldn't you?
Oh, the feet and the X-rays. Oh, my God, would I like to see them.
Do you remember when that horse, we were slammed for this, actually, as being insensitive and awful as the racehorse. What the hell was it called? Was it a year or so ago that it was put to sleep in Australia? And they said it was through laminitis. And we requested to see the pictures of its feet and the X-rays, and we were said how why would we show somebody like you, people like you, because he didn't die of that, did he? He died of awful hoof care. Oh, you're going to just say, oh, that laminitis is always imbalanced, but it isn't, though, is it? It isn't. It is metabolic sometimes. Can we see pictures of the feet that are metabolic? Because I'll show you a horse that's imbalanced. Pierce says MPA is trim error, and that going on will just make the MPA. Yes, that's right. Susan says, when I took Foxy for X-rays, I was firm that I was not going to change the way he's being trimmed by Poppy. The vet then said he'll need medication for Cushing's.
Mm-hmm.
No, not doing that either. Had vet out for annual checkup and vaccine, says Jeanette. Good for you, Susan. Took temperature, listened to heart, lungs and intestines, looked in mouth, etc., but never once looked at the feet. No, and then they do a trot up, don't they? That's part of the 5-stage vetting, is they'll do a trot up, and if they see some kind of lameness, they'll start going off on all kinds of tangents, flexion tests, you name it. But they don't pick the feet up. Everyone outside here seems to be obsessed about external appearances, seem to think you're mad when you point out they can't assess from the top. Trent says, question, don't want to fight over words, but to redirect people's minds rather than say the horse has laminitis, would it be better to refer to the case as what we say in the States, rotated or founder? No, because they're part of the same thing, really. Because when people talk about, as far as I'm aware, when people in the States call it founder, they're calling it this, where they think it's gone because you've not got a lot here. So the horse is foundered now. It's starting to come, it's about to penetrate. We never had that word founder in the UK. I don't know if they use it in other places, but I totally understand the term. It's all the same thing. It's all wrapped in the same thing. Rotation, founder, laminitis, they're all believing is a metabolic thing. But yeah, you're right, Trent. It doesn't bloody work, does it? None of the terms are just, even rotation, it's articulation, it's not rotation. It's articulated and fixed in a hyperpositive position or a negative position, depending on what the capsule's doing. Jen says, hi, finally figured out how to join the live. This is Jen, dear. Hello, Jen, my darling. I don't know why I go all Cornish then. My lover. I love any and all success cases to see. It's so encouraging to see. It is. And it's not, rehab's not linear. It really isn't, especially when you've got animals like Diego that have every single foot imbalanced. Then work on a rehab plan. Yes. To be honest, I don't care what they want to call it. Call it what you like. I couldn't care what you call it. It's an imbalance, so let's get that right. These pictures are so helpful to see, says Ali. Good. I salute you both. Being brave, being right all the time is very, very You
it's
are
very
our
kind of you to say, Pia.
You are our front line. You are our front line. We don't just follow, we stand and stretch, but never break. Whatever is needed in time. Thank you, my darling. Jen says, love the workshop WhatsApp group. Honestly, that alone was worth the price of admission. Now you see.
That's great.
Yeah, because it's true. You come to a workshop, you get put in the WhatsApp group, and then after the workshop, everybody's sharing stuff, and we can jump in and out periodically. I mean, that's priceless, right? You don't have to pay any more.
I just stalk now and again.
Yeah, me too. When we've got time. Until now, the HCPs told their clients to call the bioresonance lady. Not anymore. The bioresonance lady now looks like at the feet, and they kind of don't like me anymore.
It'll turn on its head, Ulrika.
Ulrika's one of our pros, our new students. Alison says, but good on that vet to actually realise she's missing crucial knowledge. That's the one from the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, very good.
Who's this? Lava Salsa. Maybe a virtual victims of unbalanced hooves could be created to archive your case studies, similar to the victims of communism museum. Yes. Well, that's why we started the Phoenix group, really. I mean, if somebody wanted to go through it, I mean, our admins have got enough to do, and to curate it properly and put tag, because you can tag things, but I mean, it would take forever. But you could tag successes. You could, that would probably help. Black Caviar. That was the name. Black Caviar, the Oz race was put to sleep for Lammy. So sad. What a waste of a life. Absolutely. And they'd never release it. And also, you can't claim on the insurance if you release it and we turn around and tell them that it was bad hoof care. Nobody wants to believe it, do they? You can see why people get really, really annoyed with us, can't you?
There's one person that might want to. That would be the insurance company.
Yeah. Founder comes from maritime word, the sinking of ships. Yeah. Far Lap may have also died from poor hoof care. I haven't heard of Far Lap, but any of them that were put down through lameness. I mean, we don't know, do we? I don't know, because nobody's been told. They've not released it to the world. But Vallegra, aka Blueberry, and his stablemate,
to Utopia.
I wanted to say UTI. His stablemate Utopia, or Uti, they were put down together, weren't they? Very, very recently. And it's traumatic for everybody involved with those horses, that lived with those horses all their lives, and those horses lived together all their lives. But that wasn't released either. We don't know what happened there. Let's remember one thing: horses done Phoenix way or going through rehab this way are sound and galloping way. If not, we're not doing it right. No, it's quite right. And more correct. Well, you are Finnish, Pia, so I will forgive you.
We'll let you off.
Because I don't think I could comment in Finnish.
No.
On a Finnish live.
No, I couldn't either.
Wouldn't even understand what they were saying. Okay, right, that's it.
And now we're finished. No, we're done. Now we're finished.
That's quite amusing.
That's tickled you now, isn't it?
Right then. Well done, everyone. Thanks for sticking with us. Next week, when are you going away, Garry? Next week?
Not till Thursday. So Tuesday we're good.
So it may be Tuesday, or would it be better to do, because we're trying to do 2, aren't we? Tuesday,
we could do Friday. Or we could do Monday and Wednesday. Monday and Wednesday might be okay. Let me have a look at my calendar, make sure that I haven't got any students booked late. Where's today? Next week. No, we can't do Monday because we've got a meeting on Monday evening, but we can do Wednesday. So it's Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay, well, we'll work it out. We'll see you next week. We'll work it out. We'll work it out, but we'll see you next week for sure. Come with some questions. Come with some questions to ask. And I might be able to find some pictures to illustrate it. Oh, yes, Challenge Club. We need to diarise, Garry. It's been so mad. It's finding some time. And we work an awful lot of evenings. We don't want the smallest violin in the world playing just for us. Honestly, we don't. It's not a pity party. It's not a pity party. And we do like it if both of us are there. It doesn't have to be, but we do like it if both of us are there. So yes, we need to get it back. We need to get it back in the calendar, and then stop like other Lindsay things coming in. I'm away. I'm away next week for a week, so it'll be after that. It'll be after that. We'll definitely get one in before Christmas for sure. And a Challenge Club, for those of you who don't know, is a free Zoom chat that goes on for anything between an hour and 2 hours with people that have done workshops or one of the challenges or both challenges. Free. And pros. We often have pros there. Pros. And pros, yeah. All right then. Bye. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Then you get a notification bell. Ping. When we go live. Okay. Bye. Have a lovely weekend, everyone.